Hi everyone, welcome back to Parkitect Disneyland. I haven't really done an episode on this for a while. I've been quite busy with Christmas and everything like that, but I hope to get back on it a lot more in the new year. And that brings me on to say Happy New Year to everyone that watches my videos. I hope you had a good end of 2017 and I hope 2018 is everything you want it to be. So going back to this Disney park, as I left off in the last episode, I was building Space Mountain, and today I'm just going to go in and add some more details and design elements to the actual structure of the actual ride. So I'm starting off with building this kind of like frame thing around the outside. I'm just going to do it in a quarter and then save the quarter as a blueprint and place it around to save some time. So I'm just using various pillar sizes and blocks and shapes to try and make like quite a futuristic looking structure. So all of this will lead up to the center of the mountain, and then in the center I will put like some sort of like a feature thing, not really quite sure what yet. I'm not building a exact replica of one of the Space Mountains. I'm just using the various Space Mountains from the different Disney parks and kind of creating my own. I'm just going along the kind of same guidelines as what they do, like, you know, the white, I mean the one from Paris is very different, but the other ones are all kind of in that white mountain building, and so I'm just going to follow that. So they're not exact kind of takes on those, I'm just using the style and trying to create my own looking version. I'm not 100% happy with the roof and how it's quite angular, but it's something that I just have to deal with because there's not really another way to do it in the dome shape, or, you know, the cone, sorry, it's more of a cone shape. I think I kind of achieved the best I could do with the large scale of roundness that this building is. And I think the only way to get around it was building lots of kind of diagonal square shapes and piecing them together. So yeah, I'm just going to let you watch me crack on with doing this on top, and then I shall get back to you and tell you what else is going on with this area of the park when I get to it. So enjoy. So that is basically the kind of details done now from Space Mountain, all the kind of bits around the outside. I'm just going to go in now and add in some kind of fire exit doors or kind of maintenance doors. I'm going to do like a backstage area between the back of the main street and Space Mountain. So it'd be cool to add some like kind of doors where they can kind of get in for maintenance from that backstage kind of area. So I'm just doing that here on the side, a larger one, and then I'm going to do a smaller one over here, which is more for like maybe a fire exit. So now I have to go in and do the front of the ride, the entrance, so where the people would go in. I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now, but I'm just kind of placing pieces down and hoping that something comes of it. That's kind of how I work quite a lot with these kind of things. I just build, see what happens. I don't like it, delete it. So this is kind of like the plaza area for the front of the attraction. I've had to do the paths going underground into the mountain because you can't put the paths through the monorail. If there was like a non-collision thing, then maybe I could put the path through that, but I just had to go underground. You can't see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Just place some glass in there just to make like a barrier thing. It's quite large at the moment. I shall downscale that later on. Just gonna add in some frame here underneath to support that roof. Just going to kind of cover up those automatic tunnels that the paths have for when they go underground. It's going to build like a frame kind of thing around them. So I'm going to go in now and do like a external queue line thing. I feel like the queue would kind of overflow and then they would have to queue up around the front. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just making where you would enter the queue obvious by putting a little sign there. Obviously in the actual game the people will just go into the entrance, but just for our minds and visual, I'm doing a fake entrance. So now I thought it'd be cool to add like a floor design on the floor, something kind of futuristic looking. So I'm gonna try and do that using some of the Shy Guys 3 wooden beam pieces. So I'm just trying to change up some of the grey colours, because otherwise if you have all the greys looking the same, then it all matches the path colours and there's no difference between what's roof and what's a path. So I'm just trying to change some of the shades of the greys just to give it some sort of different appearance throughout, otherwise everything looks the same. So that's kind of that done. I'm just changing these glass pieces to the half height ones because I think that will look better. So now I just wanted to kind of decorate these blocky buildings at the side. So I thought just by adding some panels on the side of them is just a cool way, a really simple way as well, just to add some design to it. And it somewhat matches the floor in that kind of blocky texture style. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm just going to carry on now with the track for the people mover. This is just real simple. Just gonna go, I'm gonna make the entrance in this kind of building to the left of Space Mountain, and then just bring out the track out and around the orbiter, around the middle, and then back to the station again. So nothing crazy. And they actually have little space cars on this track ride, so I just use those little space go-kart things. Kind of wanted it to be like a long train, like the actual people mover, but that's not possible, so I'm just settling for this how it is. So I'm just going to build like some random design on the front here just to try and cover up some of the path. I'm going to try and hide the entrance a little bit behind some buildings and things, just adding like this frame on top. I actually got the idea for this from the Revolution from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It has like this open station, just framework, and it's up in the air. So I thought that'd be kind of a good idea to use for this station for the people mover. I think water features are always quite good in space, sci-fi themed things. And it also adds a bit of blue into it, just give it a bit of colour, so everything's not too white and grey. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Next episode, I am going to carry on with this area and actually do start building the Tron ride. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.